I'm Rosemary, and I'm so glad that you could join me for the next few minutes as I take a look at some of my favorite moments in television.
Good evening and welcome to Night Lights once again. Seriously speaking, though, Shirley is going to be talking with author Sue Johansson. And Sue herself is sort of one of these, gurus of sex, and she's on the cable network across the country. And you can tune into her on Cable 10 with her program in which she hosts, a series talking about sex. So you have a few more moments here. Maybe you'd like to, get a glass of milk, calm down a little bit, open the windows, let out the cat so that you don't be disturbed. You don't want to be disturbed because you don't want to miss any of this, right? It's definitely X-rated. Please, no phone calls. You can send me letters, and I'll save them. Shirley did ask some very explicit questions here. You might not ask them, I might not ask them, but Shirley definitely did. I heard that your son, Chris, came out to see the play.
Right.
Now, there is a portion in the play where you're experiencing a heart attack.
Right.
Now, obviously, Chris has lived through that with you because you did have a heart attack at one point, an open heart surgery. Did he say anything to you about how he reacted to that particular part in the play?
That would have been a good question to ask him, and I will do that next time I get him on the phone.
I asked somebody that, has had occasion to work with you quite a bit, and...
Who's that?
Oh, I can't give away.
Gregory Peck, Robert Mitchum.
About the fact that you have already experienced that in your life, and here you are playing it and acting it every night. And how you deal with that. And the comment was very interesting because he said, I think Vic has faced that already, and he's okay with that because I think Vic feels very blessed in life.
I would agree with the latter part. I feel very blessed in life.
Well, they certainly have fun watching this play, and I don't have to encourage you to go see it because obviously Calgary audiences adore this play. Is there talk about extending it because the house is full all the time?
Right. We're having a great time, and it's a very entertaining, amusing play. It's a good cast. It's a good cast.
And there's scenes of nudity and coarse language. Try and set up as close to the front as possible.
There is no nudity. There's as much nudity as you'll see. That much leg on everybody.
You've worked in emergency care for some time now, and when a person has experienced a heart attack or they've stopped breathing and momentarily they're considered dead clinically, have you had any instances where a patient has related the experiences that they've had that they could remember during that time period?
A couple. It's always a little bit strange to talk to people who have been dead for a while, and when they wake up from this, a couple of people have talked about separating from their body and watching what we've been doing sort of from outside.
They described accurately what you were doing?
Pretty accurately, but it's the kind of scene that you see on television.
You just were so intense, and everybody else kind of wanted to contain you because, you were getting away with it all.
Well, I didn't take it seriously. They did, see. I know it's all a joke and everybody's just there. And everything's written down.
And you stole the show. Sherman, you're at the height of your success now. Amen was one of the #1 sitcoms of the past season. Yeah. And you've just released a new movie. If you could ever go back and do anything differently, would you?
No, I don't think so. Everything's working out fine, because you have to fall a couple times. No, I'd be glad to do it again. The whole thing, if it turns out like this.
Well, it's a good thing you're tuned in to Night Lights tonight because we have one of the world's most brilliant conversationalists with us tonight. Ross Carlson is here, and I'm sure you've heard Ross for a number of years doing radio interview programs in this city, and you also did some TV interview shows for quite a long time. What was one of the most interesting, Ross?
Probably the most interesting in many respects would have been Ella Fitzgerald, great jazz singer. The lady who, when she appears on stage or on television, is such an incredibly commanding figure, holds the audience completely in her hand, and everybody hangs on her words. Off the stage, or off the camera range, the most shy and humble lady you could ever possibly meet. Very warm, very loving, just an incredible personality. Very much, very much.
We're with Jim Kunkel now, who is the former program director of CFAC Radio. And Jim, I think you're personally responsible for the popularity of CFAC Radio, if you'd like my opinion, but you must have some views of your own as to why it was one of the top radio stations in all of North America for many, many years.
I'm personally responsible for a lot of things, but I don't know about that. 25 grandchildren, you know.
You know, I've heard it said that people need a sense of belonging, sometimes even more than the feeling of being loved. They need to feel they belong. Do you get that in community, the sense of belonging with each other, as a family, as a community, as God's children? Is that what it provides? Is that how it fulfills the people that are members?
It does provide that, for sure. The sense of belonging to the community want to become also, at one point, the community is becoming like a family. It's like a big extended family.
In the meantime, do not adjust your sets, because here is my old bag. Here, co-host Rosemary Hughes.
Okay, a lot of you people out there don't know that I know how to play the bagpipes, but you got to utilize this air, you know, this hot air.